Okay, so this video is going to go over the question that somebody posted in the Jamboard about rabbit coat color. So I really quickly just jotted down the order of dominance for the 4 different alleles that contribute to rabbit coat color. So we have our agouti, chinchilla, Himalayan, and albino. This end is more dominant over this end, so you always have to look in order of dominance. So the question is asking, could a mating between a chinchilla rabbit and an albino rabbit, okay, that's our question, can that equal a Himalayan rabbit? That's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, so we are going to look at what are the possible genotypes for these 2 phenotypes here. Okay, so we know albino. Okay, that's the most recessive allele. The only way to get an albino rabbit is to have both recessive albino alleles, whereas the chinchilla here has more options. So we could have 2 chinchilla alleles, or we could have a chinchilla with a Himalayan because it's dominant over Himalayan, or we could have a chinchilla and albino because it's dominant over albino. Okay, and if we look at this, we are trying to get a Himalayan rabbit. So the only options, the only genotypes for Himalayan are both homozygous Himalayan or heterozygous Himalayan with albino. Okay, those are the only options there. So we know we need to have a Himalayan allele somewhere in this mix in order for it to be possible. And this is our only genotype with a Himalayan allele. So we're going to cross these 2 genotypes to see if it's possible. Okay, so I'll set up my Punnett square. Okay, so I've crossed my 2 rabbits here, and you'll see that these 2 genotypes here are the same. And if we look at our order of dominance, we have a chinchilla and albino, so the chinchilla is dominant. So we will have chinchilla rabbits there, but if we look at this option, Himalayan is dominant over albino. So we can see, yes, it is possible to get a Himalayan rabbit with this genotype, Himalayan and albino. It is possible to get that offspring, but it's only possible if this were the genotype of our chinchilla rabbit. Okay. So it doesn't mean you're always going to get it, but it is definitely possible.